Hello, everybody. You can call me in. So today we are going to see the change that my repository has been well has been suffering. So, like always, this one is the original, and you can uh, edit and this one with statements or another edit editor with another editor like Visual Studio Code. So let's see how what are the changes that I do or I implement in my repository. First, first of all, I made a class. This one is for if you know oriented programming, and do you know that this one is like a structure that has attributes and methods then you use for make more easy order elements that has certain characteristics and use these characteristics or this or the methods that they have. In this case, I create this class with for the links or their elements from the navbar. In this case, for the navbar, we see like here, I'm creating objects and with in this case, this part is the options, and this one is the direction in the URL, like here. We can see like this, and this one is using in the array for create every element from the navbar or the navigation bar. Well, continue with Next.js because the this one and this one this one is not necessary from Next.js. This one is from object-oriented programming language like Java or C has. I don't know if C has this. I mean Python has this too. But this is not necessary for Next.js. This one, yes, this one is I create a new component called participants. In this case, we can see right here the component participant, and this component is from the side of the client. What means this? What does this mean? And that the client is the part or something that render in the computer. In this case, something that basically interacts with the user, and is normally no Next.js has two sides, client and server. Client is uh, from the user renders in the user in the searcher dot server renders in the server. That is a static content that is sent to the user, but all or everything is just rendered. So we had useState. The next is from use client is needed is used in the client part. useState is creating variables that can be consumed that can be used for the HTML components, conserve information. That information doesn't lose when you are in that page. So we had this state, and this state I creating the two elements and participant and new participant. That this one is the list of participant in this case from the lottery, like we see here. And is this list. The new participant is the I put right here. In this case, well, I created these two states, and this one that you see right here is a function that assign the new values that you want to put in this stage. Like right here, I I put in a new well, I created a new list and assign that new list to these participants. And right here, I change the value from the participant, the new participant for this input participant. And right here, well, in this case, it's a array of a string, and it's like this that you call it. In right here is, well, is the original or the first value that has this list of participants. In this case, for new participant, is a string only. But you not need to put this always. In this case, I put it like this, but it's not always like this. You can leave it empty. Well, now we see right here that I printing the new participant that we see right here, and in this part, well, well I use two parts onChange, onClick. onChange if for inputs, when you change the value of the input, basically you are executing this function, and this function basically set the new participant with the with the content of the input. And this function, when you make click in this button, yeah, I know that this not look like a button, but when you make click in the button, add well, basically change the list of participants with the new participant that well previously you set. So yeah, on change, when changes the input, execute this function. On click, when you change when you make click in the button and you execute that function. Um, to finish this, well, also the page I changed the clock for a chronometer, like we see right here. When you make a click, you see the chronometer run, seconds, milliseconds, and minutes. So, well, these states they are for well change the chronometer. First one is the time that you can see right here, and we can see right here set time. I'm sharing the new time that is the difference between the begin and the now. The begin is when you make click in the well in the bottom. One more time. Well, you see. Well, set time. I basically assign this new time to the value that is consumed in the in the component. But but you need use a function called interval. In this case, interval execute every, well, in this case, the time that you assign, every certain time execute a function. Like we see right here, set interval a function every, well, 1 second is this. Every second execute this function. So basically every second update the time. And well, you need a stake from for the interval because the interval needs a ID, because maybe when you need to cancel the interval. So right here we see that I use the stake interval for right here, clear interval, for cancel this schedule due. Well, if you use well, this in case this the interval is a type of no, is a function from no. In this case, you can use any for, well, use use this because object, I don't know what will work in this case, because if you don't put any right here, and it's not going to make a state from this, or not going toward the assign of this state. But basically interval just execute a certain function every certain time. So well, that's all for today. Also, for the lottery, I'm going to make a server or service in, well, later, for because TypeScript doesn't have random functions in general, and JavaScript, yes, it have, but TypeScript doesn't have. So I will make a service in some moment for, well, for to choose a window from this list. Well, until then, I'm going to improve the CSS. If you want something, some function, some option that you, well, you want to maybe to do, or you have some improvement that could tell me, please write in the comments, like and subscribe, and thank you for your attention.